Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and today we are back with another exciting video. And the motivation behind this video is a lot of people has been asking me to start a different set of tutorials. We are more into DevOps, Docker, Kubernetes, cloud tutorials, right? We also have Splunk, Prometheus, and other monitoring tutorials, complete tutorial on that. Now, a lot of people has been requesting me can you start tutorials on Python? For beginners, so they want to learn some Python tutorial for as a part of programming, because DevOps also need a lot of automations and programming side. And also there are a lot of people who follow this DevOps concept. They are from the development side, so a lot of people has been asking like, can you start a course on Java, so like a Java full course. And I also have a lot of videos where we have used Java and Node.js applications for our DevOps lifecycle, right? CI/CD pipeline and Jenkins and all those things. So there are three different categories of people has been asking like whether I can start Python or Java or Node.js tutorial. And I always wanted to start this tutorial, but because of this time consuming and it takes a lot of effort to create these tutorials and share as a complete course. So I may start in future like small courses, and where you can learn those technologies in my short videos. But for now what I thought is maybe I can do something which can help these people who has requested for all these courses. So normally what we do is we have different kind of mediums, right, to learn all these courses for free, or through paid courses, right? So normally you can reach to YouTube, where you'll be able to see a lot of videos. You can also see like Udemy, where we can get some paid courses, right? We also have different other sites like Coursera or Educate You, or maybe like a free code camp, right, where you'll be getting some free courses, and also maybe like Code Academy. So there are different mediums where you can get different kind of courses on this Python or Java or Node.js. So different kind of mediums where you can get these courses, whether it's a free or paid. Now what I thought is since the majority, a lot of people has been asking about Python, and I thought let's talk about a Python tutorial for beginners in this course. So I want to share how you can learn Python if you are a beginner, whether you're a complete beginner or you already know Python or you know some other programming language. I want to show you like in this video how you can start from scratch and you can learn Python in this tutorial. Okay. So what we will talk exactly is I'm not going to create a full course as part of this tutorial. What I want to do is, because as I mentioned, it takes a lot of effort from my end to create these videos and compile it, and to create a big course, which I may do it later point of time because I'm really occupied on a lot of other activities. But in this video I wanted to show you, like, those who want to learn Python, I wanted to share a top 5 free Python full course. So this will be a complete free courses, and this will be not just like some courses which is not giving a good benefit, but I have searched for good courses. These are from different mediums, like as I shown, like Udemy, Coursera, Educate You, or from YouTube. There are different mediums I have shown, so I will share the complete details on all these courses, the links for that, how to register, and we'll also talk about the course content, so you can get an idea like how you can learn Python from beginner to get into a a expert level. So we'll talk about all those things and what are the different courses which we will talk, and how to register it. All those details we will talk about in this video. So before I get into the actual discussion, I would say, like, if you are new to my channel or if you have not subscribed to my channel, click on the subscribe button. Also like my videos, share these videos with others so that others can also get benefited. And I'm sharing all these things for the community because it can be benefited for them, and there is no catch like you have to pay anything for these videos. So these are completely free on YouTube, and all these links which I'm sharing is also completely free and you don't have to pay anything. So before you may think, some of you who want to understand Python, you may be thinking like, why should you learn Python, right? So first thing is like, if you search for in Google, or if you look for the top programming language in currently in 2022, or maybe in future, I would believe Python will come into the top. So currently already Python is one of the top popular programming language. I think in the coming years it may pick up into the actual top positions. So you can search for that, and I'm sure you will see Python. It will be on the top of the programming language. And why it is? Because it's very simple, structured, and easy to learn. So if you start learning Python, once you see all these videos which we are sharing, and you will understand the difference between Python and other programming language, how it is simple, and there are different easy ways to learn it. And Python is also now used in a lot of machine learning and artificial intelligence areas. So as you know, this field is currently in the cutting edge for tech, right? So machine learning and AI is one of the top areas now everybody is focusing, and Python is a very good option if you learn Python. And it's used in a lot of deep learning, and a lot of algorithms is used by Python. So if you learn Python, you have very good opportunities coming up in your way. And not only from a programming language, or from DevOps, or automation side, you can use Python for different other new technologies as well. Now also the benefit of Python is it's compatible with major platforms, operating system, and system. So it's very important that if you learn Python, it's easy to adapt in different platform. And the other benefit of using Python is like it has a lot of open source frameworks, libraries, tools, which is compatible with Python. So you can use those libraries, and you can easily create your codes using the Python libraries. And Python also simplify your complex software development, because usually if you understand the other software development, you may use different language, like some for web-based application, some for desktop application, some for other different kind of application, right? So but in Python, if you see, it can be used for desktop or web-based, so it has a lot of options in it simplify the actual software development life cycle. Now, as I mentioned, Python is one of the top programming language, and it's used in the top cutting edge technologies. The job market for Python is growing, and the demand is heavily growing. So if you want to learn Python, this is the right time, and I'm sure in the upcoming years it's going to grow higher in the demand. So what we are going to talk about in this tutorial is like we will be talking about five courses. Okay, these are the top five courses which I'm going to share. So the course name would be like Python for absolute beginners. That would be one of the course which we'll be going through. So we will talk about the complete details about the course, in which platform you can get that free course, and also the course content, what it will be covered as part of the course, and how you can register it. And the second course which we'll be talking about is Python programming for beginners from scratch. And also there is a third course which will be learn Python 3 from scratch. And another course is like programming for everybody, which is getting started with Python. So this course also is like you are getting started with Python, and you can learn programming as part of this course. And you can also learn Python, the full course for beginners, using another course. And all these five courses are completely free, and I'm going to share the details how you can register it, and also the course content of what it will be covered in part of these tutorials. So let's get started. The first course, as I mentioned, it is called Python for Absolute Beginners, and this is from Udemy. So if you have not heard about Udemy, this is a platform where you can get different courses, and it's mostly most of the courses are paid, but this course is completely free, and it is created by Joseph Delgado and Nick Germain. Sorry if I pronounced their name wrongly. And this is a completely free course, and this, if you see, the rating for this course is almost 4.4, and it has around 5,311 ratings, and it has around nine almost 1 lakh students are using it, and this is a 2 hour 16 minutes complete video. And if you see the course content, you can see the complete details about this course. So this course, if you see, it's for complete beginners, where it's talk about introduction to Python and setup, right? So where we have get a course details about the course, getting started with Python, and how to set up Python on Mac, on Linux, Windows, how to set up it on Windows 10, and the explanation on interpreter, running Python script, and they are using PyCharm IDE for this tutorial. So how to set up that, and the programming basics, like usually, when you start programming, there are some basics like numbers, variables, strings, how to string manipulation, boolean, list, dictionaries, variables, right? So all those things are covered, because this basics for a beginner, and you can start from the basics, and then you can see it talks about intermediate programming concept. So it's like built-in functions, define function arguments, how to default arguments, keyword arguments, infinite argument, return variable values, else if statement, loops, modules, and there is a project as well. And there is also a bonus lecture, like what you can do after this course. So this is a complete beginner's course, and this is a very good course. If you go through that, you will be able to see, because you can see the rating is almost like 4.5 out of 5, and it has around 1 lakh students as well. And this is from Udemy, and it's a complete free course. I'll be giving the link for this course into the video description, so you can go and click on that, and it will take you to the screen, and you can enroll it. If you don't have an account with Udemy, you will have to create one, and then you can enroll it. Okay, so as you can see, it's 2 hours 15 minutes tutorial with 26 lectures, and it is segregated into 4 sections. I also want to show one more course from Udemy. So these two courses are from Udemy. So as I mentioned, I want to share different platforms as well, because I picked only the best courses which you can make use of it. So there may be other courses also available in Udemy, which I did not felt is really good. So these are some of the really good courses which I seen. Now you can see this is courses, learn Python, Python programming for beginners from scratch, right? So this is also a free tutorial, and it's having 4.2 star, and these have around 60,000 students, and this is like a 1 hour video. Now you can see this course content again. You can see this talks about introduction, and the different starting. Most of all programming start with hello world, so it's talk about installation of Python, and how to create first hello world project. Then you can see it talks about variables, comments, right? And there's a quiz as well, and it talks about arithmetic and concatenation topics, so like arithmetic and other options. And you also have data structures like list, tuples, dictionaries. You have also have control flow, like conditions, loops, right? And all those things, you can see there is a quiz along with it. And you also have strings, list method, type casting, escape sequence, getting user inputs, find functions. And you also have other modules like importing modules into the Python. You also have a PEP 8 convention, and you have a conclusion as part of this tutorial. So even though it's 1 hour tutorial, you can if you're a beginner, this would be a very good to understand what is the basics, and you can learn the complete basics of Python, and how to create all these variables, arithmetic function, data structures, control flows, strings, escape sequence, how to create user inputs, how to create functions, how to use modules as part of Python. So all these things you can learn as part of this tutorial. Now let's move on to the other one, which is from Educative. Now you can see this is from Educative, and this is also a completely free tutorial. So you can see this is learn Python from scratch, right? So this is also completely, you can see learn Python 3 for free with this interactive course, right? And what you will do learn as part of this, you can see this course is almost like 10 hours to complete. Then what you can do is have to register for Educative to get this started. So you can register in this Educative site. I will also link all these videos, link it to this video description, so you can click on that and you can access these videos. Now you can see this course content. Let's see what all things we have. Now you can see this is having introduction of what is Python, right? Writing our first code, and it's also have a quiz after each section. Now you can see data types and variables, which is basics of a lot of most of all programming, where you can talk about numbers, booleans, strings like string slicing, operators, right? Arithmetic operators, assignment, logic operators, strings operation, grouping, and there is a quiz after that as well. And there is a conditional statement like what are the condition, like if statement, else if statement, quiz. And there are functions like what are functions, function creation, function scope, type conversion, input, function arguments, recursion, right? And loops, what are loops, for loops, nested loop, break and continue, keyword, while loop. So all these things are covered, and you also have quiz after that, and you also have an assessment after this section. You also have data structures like list, common list operation, list comprehension, dictionary, sets, data structure conversion, and as again there is a quiz, and there are libraries like what are Python standard libraries, popular modules like PyPI, and you also have IDEs, how to install Python in Linux, Windows, Mac OS, and executing Python code. And you can see there is a course assessment as well. So you can see this approximately like 10 hours it takes as part of this interactive course. And this is also a very good tutorial for beginners to understand what is Python and what are the different kind of variables, lists, data structures, dictionaries. All those things you can learn as part of this course from Educative. So I would request you, like you can select which one you want to start, and based on, you can try out all this tutorial, and sometimes you will have to do multiple tutorials to get a complete picture, because something covered in this tutorial may not be covered in the other tutorial. Now let's move on to other one, which is from Coursera. So this is also a completely free course. You can see this is for programming for everybody getting started with Python. You can see you can enroll it for free, and you can register to Coursera, so it's also free to register. You can register, then you can enroll it for this course. Now if you go to the syllabus, you can see the content is this course has been rated 98% by almost 60,000 people. Okay, so this is also one of a great course, which as far as I see. And now you can see chapter 1 is itself talks about why we program. So this talks about the different reason why this course is prepared, and why we need to write programs, all those things. There are 7 videos here. You can see about why program, hardware overview, Python as a language, and different kind of things. And all those things are covered. And you can see the second week it talks about installing and using Python, where you'll be talking about using Python playground, installing Python, writing program, using Python to writing program. You have to take a screenshot, and Python in class. So a lot of things, everything is detailed cover here. And you can see third week why we program again. You have fourth week variables and expressions. So you can see it's talking about expressions, exercise for it. You also have practice exercise for chapter 2. You have conditional code, where you'll be talking about conditional statements, loops and all those things. You have functions, and you're using function, build functions, right? All those things have practice exercise. You have loops and iterations. You have loops, iteration, definite loops, finding largest value, loop items. So all those things are covered in this course. And you have completely details about this. What my understanding is, like, you may not get a certificate from Coursera even if you complete the course, because it's a free course. But if you want to get a certificate, I believe you will have to pay for that certificate alone. At completing the course, you should be able to complete it as part of free of this course available here. You can see almost 2,53,000 people has subscribed and enrolled it for it. It's not 2 lakh, it's 25 lakhs 31 thousand and 866 people has already enrolled for this course. So it's a very popular course. It's almost like 4.8 star and given by 98 percentage from Charles Russell Severance. It's a completely free course, and it's a good syllabus as well, where we have discussed. So it talks about a lot of all the details for Python, and you have different weeks planned, so you can decide which on the weeks which you want to cover all this topic. And I'm sure you should be able to get a good understanding about Python using this course. Now let's see the last one, which is from YouTube, because YouTube is also a good place to learn a different kind of course, right? So I would suggest like freecodecamp.org is one of a great place where you'll be able to see a lot of free courses. And this course from Learn Python, full course for beginners, it's a really good course, and you can see it has got a lot of views and also good thumbs up as well. And you can see this course content. It talks about introduction, installing Python, PyCharm, setting up your first hello world project, drawing shapes, variables, data types, working with strings, working with numbers, getting input from users, building a basic calculator. There is a game which is getting created, list, functions, tuples, functions, return statement, if statement, comparison, building a better calculator and dictionaries, loops, building a guess game, loops, exponential function, 2D list, nested loops, building a translator, comments, try, except, reading files, writing to files, modules and pip, classes, object, building a multiple choice quiz, object function, inheritance, and Python interpreter. For a free course, if you see, it has covered a lot of things, and it's almost 4 hours course, 4 hours and 20 minutes course, and it has covered almost all the good topics about Python. So if you want to learn Python, you can start with this as well. And if something is missed on all these courses, I'm sure you can learn from different courses together. So you have to adapt, something which is not available in one course, you can learn that from the other course. But these are 5 top free courses available for Python, and I'm going to share all these links into the video description, so you can click on that and you can search for get into that. You can just click on that and you can register for it, and you can try to access that. And I would request you to give your comments on the feedback section, and if you know some other courses which is really good and which can be used for others, I would suggest you to give those names into the comment section, so the people can be helpful. Those people want to learn Python, it can be helped for them as well. So just put the name for those courses and which site, give it in the comment section, so it can be used for others. And I hope these tutorials will be helpful for you, because these are all completely free, and we are talking about courses which from Udemy, Coursera, Educate You, YouTube. So mostly those courses will be paid, and we are talking about free courses which you can use it to enhance your skill on Python. So as I mentioned, the basic reason was people were been keep asking about can I create courses on Python, Java, Node.js. So since I don't have much time, I want to share some other free courses which you can make use of. I don't want to share any paid courses where I route you to some paid courses and you subscribe for it, which I'm not completely sure whether those are that good enough for you to pay for it. So I don't recommend any of those unless I'm very sure about. But there are a lot of paid courses which you can buy for from different websites, so you can search for it. If you want to get a paid courses, you can pay for that as well. I'm not telling that you should not get a course paid and learn from that. But if you want free courses, these are some of the free courses available. And I will also try to create some courses in the future in YouTube, so you can make use of that as well. But for now, you can use these free courses to start learning. So that is all for this tutorial. So I hope this is an informative tutorial for you. And if you want to watch more tutorial like that, I would request you to click on the subscribe button. Also like my videos, share, and give your comment into the feedback section. And as I mentioned, if something is going to help others, I would also request you to share it with this community, so that all others can be benefited from these courses and free courses, free tutorials. So we are doing all this for the community for free. We are not asking anybody to make any payment or anything as part of these free tutorials, and we are sharing through YouTube, which is completely free. So thank you for watching. I would request you, like, if you're new to my channel, if you're not subscribed yet, click on the subscribe button. Also like my videos, share, and give your feedback in the comment section.